All right, peace and blessings, family. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger and exalted Christ. And I further bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the extension of the Son of Man. I would like to greet you, brothers and sisters, with the greeting words of peace, which we say in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings, family. This is your brother, Knowledge 5845 on the ground, author Determined to Change. As you can see, this is my book, student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, by the way of the eternal leader of the Nation of Islam, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We can never thank Allah enough for appearing in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever, for being able to search the world and look for a people who were shaped in iniquity, shaped into a whole another reality. We're talking about the reality of God, and this is my channel. My channel has been up for a while, and I kind of abandoned my channel for a little bit because of certain situations that I were in privately. I wasn't able to position myself to go live like I wanted, and I kept having trouble with the Wi-Fi where I was at and the location I was at. But now, hopefully, I have some solid Wi-Fi where I'm able to go live and just get back into it. But just before I'm not going to be long. I just want to be able to come on and just say that this channel, my YouTube channel, Determined to Change, that's what it's all about. You can find me on Instagram at Knowledge 5845, on Facebook as One for Perry, my name, Determined to Change on Facebook. And this is what I want to do. I want to be able to create a passageway and an outlet for us to be able to just come on and talk. Be able to come on and talk and be able to express personal things that you've been through. I'm not saying to get up here and just express everything that you've been through all the way down in fine detail. Some business is for you, but at the same time, I just want you to be able to understand that through your own personal experiences and through your own personal testimonies is where the reality of God is awakened inside of you as a human being. A lot of us, in particular the Black man and woman, it's hard for us to believe that God is a human being. It's hard for us to believe that God will love us enough and favor us enough to be able to allow us to express and utilize his attributes, meaning in the universe. Okay. And this is what this channel is for, Determined to Change. This is talking about how things you went through in your life, you felt like you wasn't going to be able to make it. Okay. We always talk about, God is with us, pray. But what is the importance of that? How significant is being able to pray? How significant is it being able to recognize other human beings that God bring into our lives and be able to hear what needs to be heard, to be able to awaken the spirit in ourselves, to awaken that spiritualness and that subconsciousness in ourselves, to understand that the reality of God, the reality of the intelligence inside of the human being, we all possess that. We all possess that. And if we utilize that correctly, then we'll be able to slowly but surely come out of the conditions that we are in as a people, in particular the Black man and woman, but for any human being. This goes for the Black man, the red man, the yellow man, the brown man, the white man. This goes for any human being, no matter what your denomination is, no matter what you pray to, or whatever you say is your ideology. At the end of the day, if we remove emotions, if we remove egos and jealousy and enviness and all of these forces inside of ourselves, if we remove that, if we strive to remove that, stop pointing fingers at other people, right? Stop being in fear, stop doubting ourselves, being able to literally listen to ones who God has qualified. This doesn't mean that you're not qualified. You're qualified to listen. See? A lot of time we don't understand that. A lot of time we don't feel like we're qualified, but you're qualified. Listen to this. Check this out. If some reason you feel in your mind, I'm not qualified to teach no one. I'm not qualified to get up in front of a group of people and tell people how to become better in their lives because of my life. And I'm looking at where I'm at. But guess what? Your current situation does not dictate who you are. Doesn't dictate that. We all go through certain situations at different times in our lives. But but just think about this. If we had a knowledge to go with that, while we're going through these things, because that's natural to question, why me? Why am I going through these things? Why did my mama go through this? Why did my grandmama go through this? We start seeing it, and it becomes like we feel like our life is cursed. We feel like, why did God allow me to come to the world? That's real. Don't be embarrassed for feeling like that. But now, if you ever question yourself, if you ever felt like that, guess what? There's a way out. There's a way out to say that question, because some people say, man, it's some questions that we don't have answers to. Wrong. That is not true. If we are the glory of God, in the scriptures, it doesn't say that man, meaning man and woman, the human being, it doesn't say that man is a glory of God. That's not what it says. It says man is the glory of God. That's a big difference. When you connect a and the, it changes up the reality. It changes up cause and effect. So if we was to say that man is a glory of God, then that leaves room to be able to equivalate things to the man. See? But there is nothing in the universe that can be compared to the human being. Nothing. The human being is the highest manifestation of scientifics and mathematics in the universe. Nothing is greater. There is no intelligence out there. There are deceptive intelligence. There are wicked people in high places that strive to continue to cover up and put on a veil so that we may not be able to ever express and manifest the power that we possess. But if we don't have the knowledge on how to tap into the power, then it's okay. A lot of us don't. I'm still in a position to where I'm striving to find my way, find my power, find that determination. And that's why this is determined to change. This is why I created this book, because this is talking about my life. This is talking about how the reality of my life was shaped. Growing up with just a father, the absence of a mother, the importance of marriage. See, everything that happens in our life is not just because. Everything that happened in our life is for a reason. God brought you forth in existence for a reason. He didn't bring you in the world as a lower animal of the earth. God, Allah, he brought us here in his intelligence, meaning he specifically chose you to come forth from billions of sperm, meeting that egg. Billions of sperm, and God chose you to come forth into existence, being a direct descendant from himself, in particular, the black man and woman. So that's the first gift of all gifts, of many gifts. That gift, being able to come into existence, that's the first gift of ever coming into existence. So a lot of times we look at our current situations and we look and we say, well, you know what, man? I feel like giving up. I just feel like giving up. And we give up. Some of us commit suicide because we feel like God is not listening. God has abandoned us. God has deprived us. No. See, when we do those types of things, we're struggling with understanding the intelligence in ourselves. I'm not going to ever point the finger and downgrade someone or make fun of someone because they having suicidal thoughts. That is a real psychological situation that all human beings go through. The Black community, the white community, Hispanic communities. I don't care what type, the Chinese, the Chinese community, the Asian community. We have to get to the root. We have to get to the root of the causes of our problems. Not because you're a Black man, not because you're a white man, but because you are a human being. And when we get down to these types of things, this is what this channel is for. This is why I want to be able to build momentum and create my channel, Determined to Change. When you talk about changing, being a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he teaches us that in order to come into change, you have to be dissatisfied with your current condition. So think about this. Think about how many people commit suicide because they're looking at their current condition. And we struggle to know how to change. See? But we have to start bringing this to an awareness. We have to make this more aware. So this is what I want to do. Being an author again of Determined to Change, I created my own book from my own personal testimonies. And I don't have to say, well, I think that you can find God through your personal testimonies. I don't have to think. I don't have to go out on a limb and say, I think if you do it this way, then you will find God. No. God took me beyond having to have an educated guess, or I think that God is in me. No, God will allow you to see it. And watch this, all of us. If you are still breathing in 2022, right now, today is August the 28th. If you are still breathing, it's something in your life that you can look at in your timeline. Go back into your life. It could have been last week. It could have been yesterday. Last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you found yourself in a situation where you either felt like giving up, you felt like you was dying, you went through a cancer, you beat it, you went through a disease, you lost a loved one, you could have been killed. Something has occurred in your personal life. You do 20 years in prison, 15 years in prison like I did at the age of 19 years old, going to prison, getting out at 34 years old. I thought my life was over. I thought my life was literally over when a judge sentenced me to 17 and a half years. I thought my life was over. What am I going to do? When you're 19 years old, you can't even see that 5 years is a long time. So just imagine whatever happened in your life, but you still here. You are still here right now in 2022. So what type of intelligence, what type of power went inside of you that whatever your situation was, you was able to overcome it. You didn't do it on your own. This is how we know, I know, that the reality of God expressed in his highest form is through a human being. I'm not afraid to say that God is a human being. I'm not afraid for people to look at me and say, hey, man, where did you get that from? I don't believe that. That's fine. That's fine. But hey, through my personal experiences and my testimonies, I'm knowing that the things that I went through and the adversity that I had to face within myself, hardships, trials, tribulations, situations, circumstances, different events that occurred in my life, I'm able to look back now and say, I got through it. And I'm able to stand up in front of other people and I'm able to express that because I know that in every human being, we have problems. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that if you're not, he said, there is no way that you could be breathing and living and not have problems. I don't care if you have $100 million or $1 billion or you have no money at all. You still have problems. That's a natural force in the universe that has come with man, with God. God struggled with himself and forces in himself for eons of time. So once we wrap our understanding around that, we should be able to see ourselves direct descendants from the supreme being. If God said that man is his greatest creation, man is the glory of God, then that means there's a difficulty factor that is attached. If it was attached to God himself, that means that it is attached to the man and woman. Once we get that knowledge, once we start to research that knowledge of that, we start to come into an understanding. And we start to see that whatever happens in my life, it is ordained. Because the supreme being warred with himself and found things in himself that he disliked. So he went to war with himself to remove these things that he did not like. So therefore, if we are connected to that, we have to do the same thing, family. So this is what this channel is for. So I wanted to just come on and I want to be able to just build it up. I will. I go live on Facebook. I go live on Instagram. But I will start promoting to come to my page so we can build up the page. I can build up my YouTube page. And I know my background is just bland right now. But God willing, inshallah, I'll be able to set some things up, probably get a better camera, get some better lighting or whatever. But I just wanted to get going, man. I just wanted to do it. And I want to strive to continue to do it and be able to just have a place to where we can come and be able to just talk about the reality of God and being able to change the condition of ourselves for the better. I'm tired of the black on black violence. I'm tired of there's an unseen hand that is continuously promoting us to kill one another, to hate one another. There's an unseen hand. I want y'all to look at hip hop. Hip hop was the driving force of positivity in the world. Music is just as an addiction as drugs. Music is a drug. You didn't hear me. Music is a drug. So when we hear a melody or when we hear lyrics, going in, and the lyrics are recorded over and over and over and over again, we saturate our minds to those words, and we start to live the words that are recorded in our minds. And so we look at the condition of our lifestyle. We see tragedy in hip hop, in rappers. You don't see this type of killing and investigations, the feds coming in on country singers and hard rock singers and pop singers and all arrested heavy rock metal, and you don't see the feds coming in on that. You cannot tell me that they have no blemishes. You cannot tell me that they're not using drugs. You cannot tell me that they don't have guns hanging everywhere. This is America, the biggest hypocritical nation in the world. That's a problem with that. So we come here. We come here to this channel, Determined to Change, Brother Winfred X. This is me. So family, yeah, I'm gonna start this channel up, man. And inshallah, I'm gonna build this channel, and the more I build it, the better it will become. But this is something that I'm going to get off into, man. You know, why I have the time to be able to do so right now. You know, let your friends know. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Come on in, subscribe to Winfred X on YouTube, and let your people know about it. Like I said, I go live on Facebook, Determined to Change. I go live on Instagram. My name is Knowledge5845 on Instagram. I'm going to continue to go live on Instagram, but I want to be able to start trafficking and directing my traffic from my Instagram to my YouTube. Okay. And so we can start having some open dialogues about the reality of God within ourselves. We have Christian brothers. We have Nation of Islam brothers. We have 5%ers, brothers and sisters, gods and earths. We have Hebrew Israelites. We have Jews. We have Egyptologists. We have holistics. We have all kind of different titles of brothers and sisters, brilliant minds. But the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. See? And so we have white people that believe in truth, that bears witness of the reality of God, even in themselves. You are welcome. You're welcome here. You're welcome here. So, again, I'm a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I've been studying him, observing this man for a very long time. When I was in prison, watching him, observing him, listening carefully to his words. This is not a man of hate. This is not a man who's an anti-Semite. This man is a man of God. This man is a man of truth. How else can we live? How else can we be able to prosper and produce correctly without the truth? So if there's anything that I've said, family, brothers and sisters, that has rubbed anybody the wrong way, that is not my true intention at all. But if there is something that I said of benefit, understand that it comes directly from Allah through me. I am a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I'm striving to help that man get our people safe to the other side. And at the same time, I'm striving to get myself safe to the other side. And it is a challenge every day. Every day we're faced with all kind of different situations and different problems. But if we hold on, if we study to show thyself approved, we'll be able to get saved to the other side. So may Allah continue to bless you and your families. I greet you in the greeting words of peace, which we say in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum.